Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Pavan.
And I'm Adam.
And today we are watching Demon Slayer Season 1, Episode 4, called Final Selection.
Jury's still out on whether his two little friends were real from last episode.
Sabito and Makomo.
Yep, I knew that.
I'm shocked he even remembered what happened last episode. These recaps are as much for Adam as they are for you guys and for everybody else.
Well, I think in reality they're mostly for me.
Yeah.
And I appreciate them.
I love that Makomo wore her mask on the side of her head.
Do you think that has significance?
Everything in anime has significance, so I think it does. Sabito was the boy. Makomo was the girl, my bad. I love that Sabito had the scar on his mask that matched his face, so I think eventually, let's come back to this episode if it ever happens, Tanjiro is going to have a mask that has a patch right here for his head.
Do you know what the most important thing from the last episode was?
What?
Tanjiro's hair grew back and you were very excited about that.
Yes, that literally the only thing that marked the passage of time, 2 years by the way, which is absolutely wild, is the fact that his haircut grew back.
2 years and 3 episodes, that's not a bad span.
His jacket is looking as sharp as ever, so magically regenerating, I don't know. But the actual best thing that happened is he sliced the boulder.
Correct. So my question to you is, do you have any thoughts on what the final selection will entail? Do you think it's a solo challenge? Do you think it's a competition between other potential slayers? Like what's your gut instinct?
I think it's I think it will be a competition. I think different trainers are going to send their proteges in to have a final face off. What I think would be really cool is if they had some demons volunteer to be a part of it.
Where do you find those volunteer demons?
Just some kamikaze demons. But I don't think that there will be any consenting ones. But yes, I do think it is going to be a competition.
Okay.
So I think this episode is going to get spicy. Should we get started?
Let's do it.
Okay. Tanjiro's going to have to put his hair up now. Very exciting stuff.
How disappointed would you be if it got sliced off like in the first competition again?
That is the thing that just tells time, is his hair getting chopped off and regrowing. I think he learned his lesson from Gyu. But anyways, here we go. Demon Slayer episode 4 is coming right now. Sabito. This has to be a recap. Was it all a dream? Was it all a dream? Was it all a dream?
No, he put in years of training.
Sabito. Was he real or was he just like...
My point was going to be a year-long hallucination is that's a commitment. I think they got to be training spirits or spirits of past.
But they know the teacher.
Yeah, who've all trained.
Who also is kind of a spirit, in my opinion.
I'm
also just going to throw this out there. It's a little disconcerting to me that Sabito's scar on his face looks so much like his hairdo. The texture is the same. I love that intro.
俺が勝った理由、月の糸の匂いが分かるようになったからだ。誰かと戦っている時、俺がその匂いに気づくと糸は見える。糸は俺の刃から相手の隙につながっていて、見えた瞬間ピンと張る。
Interesting.
俺の刃は強く引かれて隙を切り込む。
See, I thought he was going to talk about the breathing.
I thought it was the super concentration breathing. You know what I mean.
Just in time.
Made it back just in time.
鱗滝さん。
お前を最終選別に行かせるつもりはなかった。もう子供が死ぬのを見たくなかった。お前にこの岩は切れないと思っていたのだが。よく頑張った。炭治郎、お前はすごい子だ。
What a great compliment.
2 years of training.
最終選別、必ず生きて戻れ。わしも妹もここで待っている。
I love that he's taking care of Nezuko.
Yeah. We'll feast.
どうしたんですか、こんなに。
すべての修行を終えた
He
岩井
needs
だ。
his strength.
遠慮せず食うといい。
ありがとうございます。
炭治郎、わしがしてやれるのはここまでだ。
He said that a year
この
ago.
先は修行の時とは比べ物にならないほど辛く厳しい日々が待っている。せめて今だけは何も気にすることなくゆっくり休むといい。
He was good looking for a quarter of an episode.
なあ、炭治郎、
はい。
鍋はうまかったか。
はい、あんなごちそう久しぶりでした。
お前のような食べ盛りは食った分だけ力もつくし体も大きくなる。だがそれは鬼も同じ。覚えておけ。基本的に鬼の強さは人を食った数だ。
Ooh, that's interesting.
たくさん食べたら強くなるんですか。
そうだ。力は増し、肉体を変化させ、怪しき術を使う者も出てくる。お前ももっと鼻が利くようになれば、鬼が何人食ったかわかるだろう。
これは
悪女の面という。お前を災いから守るようにとまじないをかけておいた。
I didn't think they were a practical thing.
You guys, do you know what I'm gonna say?
I know 100% what you're going to say. He's got a patch on him.
He has a patch on the forehead, right where his like head thing is.
There's got to be...
Like, come on now. I was like partially half kidding, half serious when I said it, but like I'm full serious now.
Do you think like battle wounds or scars have like a special significance, power?
I don't know. And why is Urokudaki a goblin and why is he a cat? Like, are the animals significant?
Well, because then they both share a specific trait of good smell. You'd think they'd be a little more similar. I'm not aware of goblins being good sniffers. Maybe that's...
You're more experienced with goblins than
Well,
I am.
I know that. I'm racking my brain now, going like, did I not know this?
The only goblins I'm familiar with guard Gringotts in the bank.
I knew you were going to say that.
Also, start a new journey. Tanjiro needs to mark time, fresh haircut.
I feel like I'm going to get lit up in the comments if goblins have a good sense of smell. People are going to be like, you have no idea. You call yourself a fantasy guy.
You're no goblin master.
Yeah, I know.
Learned a very important thing. Demons get stronger the more people they consume, so that must mean that the one demon that he fought right before he met Urokodaki, actually, I think that guy was a medium demon. I think we're gonna see some ultra powered
demons
that we can't even imagine right now. Just saying.
Those sandbags on the roof.
You don't want the bamboo roof to blow away.
Oh, I get that.
Do you have a new
You got a cloud kimono? That would also explain why his sister's so weak.
She hasn't eaten anybody.
Nada.
Let's go.
That's what I was saying. They should just give her blood.
I think there's more to it than that.
必ずここに帰ってくるからな。
妹のことは心配するな。わしがしっかり
I
見て
love that they're twins.
はい、ありがとうございます。
I want to know more about this warding
行ってき
mask.
ます。鱗滝さん。サビトとマコモによろしく。
炭治郎、なぜお前が死んだあ
Told you.
の子たちの名を知っている？
Told you.
Oh my gosh. They were sent to the final selection. They were trained by Urokodaki. They were sent to the final selection and they never came back.
Called it.
They were spirits. It was all a dream.
No, I don't think that makes sense.
What?
It wouldn't be a dream if they were spirits.
Adam. Figure of speech.
Oh,
Okay, he was awake. Anyways.
That's pretty.
That's really pretty.
すごい。
No. I have a
Put the
sneaky
mask on.
suspicion he's going to be attacked on his way to the final.
Put the mask on. Is that Nezuko? Wait. Whoa.
We're going to put the meat grinder.
皆様、こよい からでございます。しかしここから先には藤の花は咲いておりませんから鬼どもがおります。この中で では
These girls are
いってらっしゃい
creepy.
ませ。
They remind me of robots.
Absolutely not. So the demons aren't volunteers per se. But they are present.
Voluntold more.
Unwilling participants.
Well, and they're probably all starved. So they're going to be like
Well, they're
absolutely vicious.
They're chewing up the final selection kids.
I mean, I'm not sure I love Tanjiro's strategy of being the first one in. Like, you feel like maybe let a few people go in before
Yeah, they need to have a line that everybody crosses at the same time. You know what I mean?
But I'm not sure that demon slaying is quote unquote fair. So.
You know what? I need a notebook though with all of the ins and outs of demon slaying. Another point, they hate wisteria.
See, I find it interesting the things that you remember and don't remember, because like I'll never forget that now.
What?
The wisteria. It's pertinent information to demon slaying. You don't forget any names. I don't forget any of the deep like.
We'll find out early next episode if he remembers the wisteria flower.
You know what happens if I find myself in a demon slaying situation?
Honestly,
Pertinent
just
information.
carry a sprig of it with you wherever you go. The guy with the messy face, he looks tough. He'll be the first one out
100%.
for sure. You
No,
know?
if you don't have scars, you just have mud on your face, you're in trouble.
You know who is it's gonna come down to? Him and the girl.
100%. She's gonna ball out.
And he's gonna have trouble because she kind of looked like Nezuko. Did she? Maybe not. I don't know. This is great. No need to rush.
7日間生き残ることだけを考えよう。まずはこの夜を乗り切る。
It's a good
朝日
starting
が昇
point.
れ
And then lay in the
ば森は
sun.
活動できなくなるし、体も休めることができ
It's
る。
gonna be cloudy for a week.
そのた
Yeah,
めには
that's
東、
cool.
最も早く朝日の当たる場所を目指す。
Sound.
That's what I was thinking. Put on your mask.
Daijoubu. 落ち着いて動きを見ろ。修行の時を思い出せ。久方ぶりの前日だ。全集中。水の呼吸。
It's a good start.
I just
糸
breathed
の
in
匂い。
with
死の型。打ちしろ。 切れた。
They're definitely not
鬼
dead.
に勝てた。強くなってる。
Fair.
鍛錬は無駄じゃなかった。
No. He needs to be ready at every second.
No, I agree, but again, we don't know. Like that demon had regenerative powers, but we don't know how many humans he's eaten. Like
Well,
maybe.
he recently ate the whole church,
Yeah.
the whole temple.
No, I hear you. So I'm saying like maybe these guys are actually dead, but I mean, 3 seconds in is not the time to let your guard down on a 7-day.
Yeah.
Campaign.
Don't pat yourself on the back just yet.
I mean, he can like little confidence maybe.
No.
Training, no.
Pat yourself on the back when the sun comes up, my friend.
Yeah, again, I mean that's fair advice.
I'm not feeling good about this, but when he did his total concentration and the water breathing, I took a deep breath too.
Yeah. Once he gets a scent of smelling, he knows. He knows.
I was one with Tanjiro.
ちゃんと身についた。
Whoa, let's not go that far.
Chump demons.
鱗滝さんにもらった刀で首を切ると骨も残らないのか。
Interesting.
鬼の急所は首。しかし通常の刃物で首を切っても殺すことはできない。
じゃあどうやって倒せば。
鬼殺隊の持つ刀は 特別な鋼で作られており、唯一鬼を殺すことができる。その名を日輪刀という。
成仏してください。
That's good karma though.
No, we're human sometimes.
この腐ったような匂いが。聞いてない。こんなの聞いてないぞ。
That guy's toast.
What a beginner.
Oh, hey Zeus.
あれは。
Whoa.
What was that thing?
That thing looked like the size of a tree.
It looked like. You know what it looked like? It looked like the mud thing that came into the spa and the.
Spirited Away?
Yeah!
The garbage like demon.
Yes.
Or the garbage
Yes.
spirit.
That's what I was referring to.
It was very big and it made the same sound. This kid's in trouble. Like, who did not give him the memo?
Yeah, which trainer put him up for final selection?
Yeah. And you know what? I hope Tanjiro just takes care of himself. I know he won't. That's not in the spirit of who he is. But I just like back away. You know? Don't try to save everybody.
No.
I unfortunately think he's going to, though.
100%. That's
He-
the
he's a-
Tenjiro vibe I get.
He's a good person.
ねえサビト、炭治郎、あいつに勝てるかな。
わからない。努力はどれだけしても足りないんだよ。知ってるだろう。それはお前も。なんで大型の異形がいるんだよ。聞いてないこんなの。
Nail polish. Whoa.
食われた。
He already got one.
Yeah.
About to chomp down on two. Oh.
So that's a power boost.
Why does he have like 38 arms? Of all the people he's eaten. Just get out of there. Run away.
助けろ。
No.
助けろ。助けろ。俺はもう無力じゃない。動け。水の呼吸。二の肩。水車。
Put it on.
また来たな。俺の可愛い狐が。また。
Is it a fox or a
I
cat?
think it's a
今は
fox.
明治何年だ。今は大正時代だ。大正。
Not the voice I was expecting from the demon.
俺を捕らえたのは鱗滝だからな。
Okay, so he was a demon slayer.
47年前、あいつがまだ鬼狩りをしていた頃だ。江戸時代。
No.
Whoa. Okay, whew, we need to take a break because
Well, I mean, that was an
copyright.
info dump, for sure.
That was a huge info dump. Do you think Urokodaki knows that he's making his disciples targets?
Probably not. Because he probably, I mean, if people catch demons and put them in here, and they generally die during the, like, training, how would he know that that one specifically has managed to survive?
And he, like, identifies his targets by their masks.
Yeah.
That is unfortunate.
You just made yourself the biggest target
Yeah.
by the strongest demon.
Yeah. He's really creepy. The hands covering his mouth and stuff, and his voice is just, like, gross.
Yeah, it's not, the voice wasn't what I was expecting.
No, I didn't like it at all.
I bet, yeah.
I'm rattled.
So, but what do you think is going to happen here? Like, this seems like it needs to be an epic showdown.
I mean, he can't die, right?
I mean, I don't have a beat on how often they kill off main characters and...
All the other kids are probably just like, oh, amazing. The big demon's focusing on that guy, let's run the other way. You know?
Like, I don't think this is... Like, this is going to test him because he's going to fly into a rage. He's going to not remember his training.
I hope that this kid that he saved isn't a little jerk and, like, saves his own butt. I hope that this kid at least sticks around to lend a helping hand. You know what I mean?
We'll see. I'm also curious what his abilities are versus, like, the average cat who's in here
Or Fox.
trying to make it.
He made a water wheel. That was impressive. Oh. Ow.
It's a backbreaker.
No, what? Okay, well, he can't move very fast. What a little jerk. And his mask broke. He's playing dead. He's playing dead.
また自分のガキが帰ってこなくてどう思うんだろうな。どんな顔するんだろうな。ああ、見たかった。見たかった。
Oh, it's like an extra...
Like a scarf.
Well, it's protection from his neck. Ooh. Head splatter. We'll see him again.
炭治郎は誰よりも固く大きな岩を切った男だということ。弾かれた。全集中。
Yes.
水の呼吸。
Stab him in the eye.
大丈夫だ。俺の首は硬い。こいつは切れない。
一の肩。
That's a target.
頭を握りつぶしてやる。あいつと同じように。水面切り。
Whoa.
I kind of,
You expected it to be harder?
I expected it to be a little hard. I'm getting the impression that that demon was like pretty powerful. And he's he's an absolute rook.
Maybe they're trying to highlight just like what a generational talent he is.
I mean, that could be franchise player.
Yeah, I expected, you know what, he can't be dead yet. Because what did he do? Did he cut the arms off at the neck?
And the neck. And I feel
The
like
water
that's
surface slash.
Yeah.
So he did cut the neck.
Yes.
I
Which is
feel
why he
like,
kept his hands wrapped around him like as an extra layer of protection.
okay, I thought he was gonna go for the eyeball.
Not a killing strike.
Um,
But you had, with him having so many arms, you only had one shot. Like if you missed, you were toast.
fair. But we saw what happened with the other demon whose head got cut off. Oh, but he wasn't using the special blade.
Yeah.
That's why the other one survived.
I mean, I feel like he's like 4 minutes in to a 7-day trial. He's just defeated the king of the mountain. Like, he might as well take a nap for the rest of the day.
I'm not convinced that this guy's done just yet. I think something is gonna happen. That was too easy.
Can we talk about I can't say what I want to say on camera, but who just walked away?
You know what? I wanted to talk about him.
Come on.
Might not make many friends with this statement, but I hope Tanjiro hunts that kid down and kills him.
No, there's no chance.
Only the
There's
strong survive out here.
There's no chance that he does that. But I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that kid's probably demon food. Before the 7 days.
I am so disappointed.
There's just a lack of character.
Lack of character. Like, this guy Tanjiro could have just slunk away and found an easier demon to kill. Instead, he's like, oh no, this kid is about to be chowder. I'm gonna help him out. And the guy's like, oh, thanks, bye.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm not about that.
that's just
It's gutless.
disgusting.
It's gutless.
Yeah, that's disgusting to me. So, I made a very bold statement. I know Tanjiro won't do that. It's not in his character. But I wouldn't be upset if it did happen, okay?
I'd give him a pass.
Okay. Do you think the guy's dead, or are we gonna see him next episode?
I'm sure we're gonna get a snarky remark from a disintegrating head, but I think he's dead.
Okay, I do not think he's dead. We will see. I am also concerned that the warding mask is splinters.
No, we don't even know what it did though.
Yeah, because
Like,
he
I
wore it
get-
on the side of his face.
I
Like,
get the general. Maybe it saved him from having his face bashed in off the tree.
well, I guess it would have been helpful to have for a few more days at least. I hope Urokodaki makes him another one if he survives this.
Here's a present. I lost it on the first day.
Thank you so much. It really broke my fall when I got smashed against this tree trunk. Going back to the hostesses of the final selection, I didn't like them. I didn't like them one bit. They creeped me out big time. Another question I have is everybody just taking care of themselves and everyone who makes it out by the end of the 7 days becomes a part of the Demon Slayer Corps, or can only one survive? Like,
No.
is this Hunger Games style for real?
If you put a 7-day time limit on it, I have to imagine anyone who makes it out passes the test.
Okay.
That's what I think anyway.
Okay. This is very interesting. I'm gonna change my prediction then. I'm gonna say Dirty Face, the girl, and the guy with the yellow hair that looked like streamers
Who had a scar as well.
are all gonna survive.
So the only characters we saw coming in they're all gonna survive.
And they're gonna become friends.
Demon Slaying Squad.
They're the only ones that actually had some pizzazz. You know, like that kid that ran away was like brown and gray and like muted colors, you know?
But do you think if he survives that creates an interesting dynamic?
No, he's gonna die.
Alright.
Hit us up with your comments. We asked a few questions.
No spoilers.
No spoilers, but you guys are generally like decent about that. Wisteria. Secret
go-to
weapon.
plant.
Secret weapon, carry some in your pocket. Yes, we asked a bunch of questions. Please, we'd love to hear the answers. We would also be so excited if you would like this video, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned because we need to see if this creepy demon is still alive and if Tanjiro is going to survive for 6 more nights. So, fingers crossed. And
See you next time.
see you next time. Bye.